Welcome back, my fellow mobile gamers of YouTube. My name is NimbleThor, and this is Bullet Hell Monday Finale, which is the third game in the Bullet Hell Monday series of, well, Bullet Hell games. And this is the game we're going to cover today in my mobile gaming quest, where I look for the best new mobile games and I share them with you guys every single day right here on YouTube. And I've been at this for years already, so in case this is one of the first videos of mine you're watching, be sure to go check out the channel. There's lots of great mobile games that we've covered already, and if you like what you're seeing, you can always hit that subscribe and notification button. But I'm really excited to share this game with you guys today because I know that a lot of you are really gonna enjoy this one. One of the big upgrades from the previous Bullet Hell Monday games is that Bullet Hell Monday Finale is a lot more beginner friendly. So first of all, there's an optional tutorial that is spread out through the first hour or maybe even 2 hours of gameplay, and this I really liked because first of all, it's optional, so you don't have to complete it, and secondly, you also don't have to remember everything at once. You actually get a living chance of learning something, then trying that out through actual gameplay, then coming back to learn some more, and then trying that out through actual normal gameplay. And this is a very nice way of getting introduced to a new game. There is another thing that makes this game very beginner friendly as well though, so if you want to avoid dying just like we just did right there, you might want to go for the easy mode, which is the other thing that makes this game relatively beginner friendly. So as you guys can see here, if we switch to the easy mode, we are gonna earn fewer action points, and action points we can use to go upgrade our spaceship, which we're gonna do later on in this video. So you will be earning a bit less, but if you're a newcomer to this genre of bullet hell games, that might very well be the game mode to go for. But fret not though, if you're a hardcore player of bullet hell games, there's also something for you guys in this game, because this game gets just incredibly difficult later on. First of all, once you get to the more harder difficulty levels, it gets really difficult, and also of course the further you get into the game, the more and more crazy things just become. And as you can already see right here, right now, there is actually quite a few bullets on the screen. Now, of course, not as many as in some other bullet hell games, but you also do have to keep in mind that this is one of the very first levels in this game. So once you get further into the game, things get a lot more hectic. Way too hectic for me, which is why I'm just playing some of the, let's call them beginner levels right now. One of the biggest challenges in this game is definitely the many quests for each level, and you guys can see on this screen right now that we completed some of them. We completed 2 new quests on this run, and we had completed 2 other ones already. So we just have a few left now, get a score multiplier of 150%, and score 35,000 points in total. And then there's actually one more quest that we can't actually see yet, and I assume that means that we basically just have to explore it on our own. But the really great thing about this system is that no matter how casually or hardcore you want to play, there's definitely something great for you in this gameplay. If you want to play really hardcore, you could attempt to complete all of these quests in one go. That would probably be my goal if I got really good at this game, just for the challenge of it. But if you're a bit more of a casual player, such as I am, you don't have to complete all of those quests at once. You can complete one of them at a time, focus on really doing, what you need to do for that quest to complete that quest, and then you can come back later to complete the other quests. Whenever we complete a quest, we earn some action points, and we use those action points to go level up our spaceship. And I think we defeated one new quest here, didn't we? Yeah, we got 150 enemies defeated. That's pretty cool. So now we have 1,350 action points in total. So let's go spend some of those right now on upgrading our spaceship. And we can do that right here from the main menu, where we have a few different types of upgrading options. I do want to say, by the way, that if a level has become too difficult for you to complete, you can also go back and replay some of the older levels. Even if you have completed all the quests from that level, that will still earn you some more action points. So you won't ever get truly stuck in this game, which I really appreciate as well. Some games, would use this as an opportunity to sell you some in-app purchases, which we'll get back to how this game monetizes later in this video. But we don't get that here in this game. We can simply go back and replay some of the older levels. But okay, what do we want to upgrade? We could choose to upgrade the damage rate, so we deal more damage. Let's go for that for sure, from 5 to 6. We can also upgrade the rate of fire, so we shoot more bullets faster. Item absorption range, I mean, that's a cheap one. It's nice to get that upgraded a bit, so this makes it easier for us to pick up items, which again are the things that appear whenever we kill an enemy, or whenever we use a bomb to blow up enemy bullets and turn those into items as well. So that has been fully upgraded now. I still have 1,100 action points though, but I do want to spend some on the bombs as well. So let's upgrade the bomb damage rate, so it deals more damage. The laser width, yeah, we can upgrade that a bit. I mean, these are really cheap upgrades, actually. I should have upgraded this a long time ago. Movement speed during bomb effect. Let's definitely get that upgraded as well. Bomb time. Yes, let's increase all of this. Definitely the damage I want to upgrade quite a bit. Oh, we've actually upgraded that fully now already. That's kind of cool. So let's upgrade the laser width as well. And let's spend the rest on... Do we have some common upgrades? We can get one more bomb with us, which is definitely a huge help. So I want to buy that. And that pretty much does it. I think we only have 135 action points left. So now we're gonna go play some more levels. We do also have more spaceships though. So we can switch from the different spaceships down here. We have the laser and we have the wide shooting spaceship unlocked so far. We can unlock more of these spaceships through action points if we have enough. We really need a lot of them to buy a new spaceship though, or we can purchase them through in-app purchases. So those are the two ways to get new spaceships. But the important thing to keep in mind is that the upgrades are dependent on your spaceship. So even though we've upgraded our laser spaceship to level 6 in its shooting damage rate, for example, the wide shooting laser spaceship is only level 0. So you need a lot of action points to upgrade all of these spaceships fully. So I would recommend just to stick with probably just the beginner spaceship, or really just whatever spaceship you prefer. You can always switch between them before you enter a level, but really to not split your action points across too many spaceships, especially in the beginning, it's a good strategy to just stick with one spaceship at a time. And then later on, once you get into the late game, you will have so many action points that you can just kind of spend them on whatever you want. And that is the time to go unlock new spaceships and level those up. Now, something we haven't really talked about yet is the control scheme in this game, because for a game like this, of course, it has to be incredibly solid, and I'm happy to report that everything is just so incredibly smooth and very nice in this game, also when it comes to the controls. So we simply hold down our finger on the screen, anywhere on the screen actually, and then we move around to move our spaceship around, and we can move it from side to side and up and down, and then we tap 2 fingers on the screen to trigger our bombs. And this makes it incredibly easy because you already have 1 finger on the screen to maneuver your spaceship. So you really just have to tap anywhere on the screen. There are no buttons, you just tap anywhere to trigger the bombs. Now, this is really nice for me, at least. I've been really happy with these control schemes. But if you don't like them, though, you can also change these things through the settings menu. And this is where the age of this series of games really starts to show. This is the level of polish that you just don't see in many new indie games, at least on mobile. But this game now, in its 3rd iteration, is really starting to become very polished. You can go back and compare it to some of the first Bullet Hell games, which were also really nice. But this is definitely, in my opinion at least, my favorite of the 3 Bullet Hell Monday games out there. Another thing to note, by the way, if you're new to this series, is that we don't actually take damage from hitting other spaceships. We only take damage if we're hit by a bullet, and only if it hits the very core, the very, very center of our spaceship, which you can see is lighting up with a very red, well, I guess it's actually a white dot in the middle of our spaceship, but it's surrounded by a red edge around it. So as long as we don't get hit right there on our spaceship, we're pretty much good to go. But if we get hit though, we're done for. We die immediately. There's no HP bar in this game, no option to watch an advertisement to revive. You're just dead. Deal with it, right? And I'm really loving this very hardcore gameplay. This is not uncommon for this genre of game, but if you're new to this genre, it might surprise you that it's so hardcore that you die if you just hit a single time. And you know, many mobile games actually allow you to watch an advertisement to revive, but again, we don't have that in this game, which is nice actually, because if I had that option, I would probably be inclined to watch that advertisement every once in a while. And while yes, that is nice for the developer, it also does ruin, at least partly, the gameplay experience for me, because it makes it maybe even too easy for me to complete the level. And then to counter that, the developer would have to make the levels even more difficult, at that point basically forcing us to watch an advertisement. So I don't think there's any way to win that race. So I'm just really happy to see that the developers didn't even want to engage with those systems in this game. I'm also really digging the minimalistic and futuristic art style of this game, by the way. I mean, it can run on pretty much any potato of a smartphone, and the game also only takes up, I think, about 160 megabytes of space. So, in large part, due to the simple yet beautiful art style and graphics, this game can be played on pretty much any phone out there, and it is also offline playable. And these are all big pluses in my book, at least, and from reading you guys' comments and interacting with you, it sounds like these are the types of things you guys are looking for as well when you search for new mobile games. Now, as for the monetization system then found here in Bullet Hell Monday Finale, it's based on in-app purchases that allow us to unlock new spaceships that we already talked about, or level them up fully immediately. But there's no energy system or none of that other bullshit that we see in so many other mobile games. So I'm really enjoying this type of monetization personally. It basically just allows me to progress faster if I want to support the developer. Now, if I'm coming off as a bit of a fanboy of this game, it's because I probably am, admittedly. This is, in my opinion at least, one of the best Bullet Hell games on mobile. I like the first one in the series. I liked Bullet Hell Monday Black, which was the second one. And Bullet Hell Monday Finale is basically the same as in the first and second game, just with even more polish and a gameplay that's even more beginner-friendly. But I can't wait to hear what you guys think about this game in the comment section down below, though. Do you strongly disagree with me? Let me know. Do you agree with me? Then also let me know. Let me hear what you think about this game, or if you like Bullet Hell games in general down there in the comment section. And in case you are a huge Bullet Hell fan and you didn't find the Bullet Hell aspect of this video to be that crazy, then just consider that I was just playing the early levels in this game. Later on, things get truly crazy, so if you're looking for a challenge, I can almost guarantee that this game can offer that to you, unless you are some really hardcore Bullet Hell player, and maybe you can prove me wrong in the comment section down below. Now it is time though for the mobile gaming news of the day, which is this nugget of information that I always end these videos off with, and today's news is actually some really good news, because Gameloft, the company behind the Asphalt series, the Modern Combat series, and many other popular mobile games, has now turned 20 years old, and to celebrate that, they have released an app called Gameloft Classics, which includes no less than 30 of its classic games, some of which have never been released on mobile before. Now, the good news is that all of these games are completely free to play without any in-app purchases or any sort of monetization at all. The bad news is that it is only available on Android, with no news of an iOS release just yet, at least. But if you've got an Android device and you like some of the old Gameloft games, then you might just want to check this one out. It's pretty rare that we see something like this release on mobile, so I'm actually very proud of Gameloft for making a move that isn't purely, at least, for their own direct monetary benefit. But that was all I had for you guys today. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe on your way out if you haven't already. And until next time, just keep gaming, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys around.